Hi, blog pausers. This is Yvonne DiVita. You know me, co-founder of BlogPaws, and we're getting ready for the Phoenix event, which is June 23rd through the 25th. And Debra is here because she's speaking at BlogPaws this year on a really important topic. So I'm going to let Debra tell you a little bit about herself, and then we're going to talk about her table topic. Debra, tell us more about you. We want to hear about it.
Well, Yvonne, I'm an attorney from New York, and don't cringe away yet. I have actually drunk the Kool-Aid of mediation. So I have thrown away my litigation pumps, and I now help people in pet service who own pets, veterinarians, anyone who has a pet and is in conflict over that pet, have a conversation with a mediator. It hasn't yet caught on as broadly as I would like, and I have to educate people, which is why I'm coming to BlogPaws, because you really want to take the solution to your problem into your own hands and not give it away to someone else like you used to me when I litigated. Now I help you hold on to that conflict, but yet move forward and actually have that conversation you'd love to have with Yvonne, but can't because, you know, you guys are at odds. So I help you have that conversation. So that's what mediation is. It's confidential, and it's a process that I absolutely love and think works so well for the pet service provider, because if you get a bad review on a blog you've posted, if you have clients, it's so much easier to keep a client than to get a client. So I'm going to teach at my group program. I'm going to teach how you are going to speak to your clients and keep them and have them bring their friends and grow your clients. So for me, my prior life was where I kept people and supported people in their positions. Now I help them shift the paradigm and take their position to the next level using mediation.
So can you give us a really quick case study or something you've done? When I saw you at Whippin and I was in your session, it was so amazing, because you're right. People tend not to think this way. Do you have a little short example you can give us?
Absolutely. So I have divorcing couples or relationship breakup couples.
Wow.
So when they are having that argument, each ex does not like each other. However, they don't have the ability to understand that the pet actually likes both of them. So I help them have that conversation that enables them to do what's best for the pet. In Whippin, we were talking about the conflicts that might arise if something happened to you and you didn't have a plan for your pet. So I use my mediative techniques to have you deal with that difficult conversation with your family and really listen, because I've had so many children come up to me and say, listen, Debra, I don't want to take my mother's pets, but if I tell her I'm not going to take them, she's going to write me out of the will. So we have this conversation, and you and I've had the conversation on the other side, you know, Irish Catholic guilt, having your child feel they have to take your pet when in fact they might not really be able to due to family constraints or due to their own animals or whatever. So you've given them the opportunity by having this conversation to find 2 or 3 other people who might also be amenable to you to have your pets. So I talk about that. All the things that I do now using my mediation skills either enable people to have a difficult conversation or solve a problem with a client so that you can keep them as a client, or at least if they go away, they don't go away mad and trash you on Facebook or LinkedIn.
So we're already coming to the end of the time. Do you believe it? I do want you to tell me your latest pet project, because I think this is important.
Well, my latest pet project has to do with what we covered at Whippin, which was my MAP plan, MAAP, which is navigating the journey your pet takes if something happens to you. Don't assume that because you have a handshake or agreed over a glass of wine that someone's going to take your pet. I have a program that has you put it in writing easily. It's easy to form, and we're doing a spa weekend in Desert Hot Springs, right outside of Palm Springs, at a pet-friendly spa. We're going to have it on the 20th to the 22nd of May. There are only 12 spaces. We only have a few left, and it is at an incredible price. You can go to my website and find it. But that's my pet project right now, because what I want to do is make sure that everybody feels as if their pets are cared for, and if they're in conflict, they keep the pet at the top of the conversation instead of getting into disagreements and ego and forget about the pet.
So what does MAP stand for?
MAP stands for making a plan, addressing the needs of your pet, because you know Yvonne, everything about your pet is in your head. That's very helpful for you, but not for anyone who's taking care of your pets. You have to address the needs of your pet. You have to appoint people to take care of your pets. That's the second A. And you really need them to agree when you appoint them.
Yeah.
And then you have to publish it, because you can make this great plan, but if you don't publish it and let people know where it is, what it is, who's there, it's not going to come to fruition. So for me, the P is almost as important as the whole entire plan, because if you don't tell people about it, it's not going to happen.
Wow. So yeah, I actually have something I call the Book of Chester, Emily, Olive, and Molly. But I'm sitting here thinking, I don't think there's enough information in there. So, man, I wish I could go to your spa. I want you to tell us now, before we sign off, how do people find out about the spa?
Well, they can go to my website or Denise Fleck, because we're doing it together. It's both a planning for your pet and first aid. So you're getting the best of all worlds. We're doing disaster preparedness, first aid, conflict resolution, and your plan for your pet. It's a chock full weekend. So you can reach us at either HamiltonLawAndMediation.com or SunnyDogInc.com. And if you look at either of those, you'll be able to find the flyer for our spa weekend.
All right, we're going to share that. So thank you so much for joining me today, Debra. This was delightful, and I know you will be such a big hit at BlogPaws.
I can't wait. You have a great afternoon.
You too.